Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again, and I'm coming to you late tonight because, as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, and throughout my messages to you, to those of you who listen to any of my posts, my advocacy basically has been, and always is that compassion and love for all people is the number one concern, and that the mission of one that who can claim to be in that arena, to claim to be in that area, is to recognize ugliness, recognize it for what it truly is, and expose it for what it is. And at the same time, reflect a proper way of achieving an end that perhaps someone was trying to achieve by doing it the wrong way, or a way that is not proper. And so that's what I'm saying that we have a responsibility in doing. Now, I was listening to some media source, and they were talking about violence in the streets. And you know how you see the nationalists and right wingers and hate groups of the white persuasion on the streets. And periodically on TV, I don't see them that much, they indicate something about blacks, people of color, basically black. I guess, I don't know. I don't ever see that. And I don't know who Antifa is, but they had I saw this a demonstration that there was a violence going on. People in black fighting against other people. And they were really going at it. And I heard a politician, I believe it might have been the mayor, I'm not sure, and this was of Portland. He was stating the fact what they were going to do is make sure that they get these anarchists, people who don't want to have peaceful situations, and they're going to expose them, put them off, pull that mask off, and put them in jail and give them some time to show them they're not going to go for this. And I was listening to that, and that's what got my attention, ladies and gentlemen, because in that I heard ugliness. I heard desperation to end the problem, and I can understand that desperation to end all of the pressure that's coming from all of this that's going on. I also heard a lack of solution, no answer. And so they started going to the most drastic situation they can go to. That was the most drastic voice. Get them, take the mask off and throw them in jail, and this is going to show you how much you resent it and you're not going to go for it. Now, and then I heard maybe perhaps some other people who might would say something like, I did hear one lady on that piece say, well, I can understand why they protest, but why all of the violence? And to those who do know, they just buzz out and go to laughing. What in the world do you plan to achieve by a simple protest or many protests? And when you're talking about protests, I know the kind you're talking about, the kind that they whoever you're protesting against has said is okay. Well, the truth of the matter is, as I saw this, I said, I listened to the media. Yeah, well, I guess when I start talking, I tell everything I've written down already anyway. Yeah, but what I basically want to end up by saying, ladies and gentlemen, is this. When people assemble themselves in a protest, many times they come together on some common issues. Basic common issues, that's why they're there. But individually, many of them have personal issues that's very, very important. And it takes them places where others perhaps do not know where they're at. So when you're saying if they can protest without violence, the point of it is that many people know that protest alone is not going to achieve anything. And rather than just do that alone, they will do something else, even though it's not going to do anything. Violence is never going to do anything but let people know you are not going to accept it peacefully, unless you're able to at least have as much power on them as they got on you. Then maybe you can work something out. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it the right way. In the right way, people act like they don't even know anything, that they don't know anything about, nor do they want to know anything about. It's a very, very simple matter, ladies and gentlemen. When you see these people out there struggling and fighting, what are you thinking about? What do you think they're fighting about? You think they're fighting because they hate each other? That might be the case, but why do you think they hate each other? Why are they so upset with each other? They taking up baseball bat, sticks, and ready to take guns to shoot each other down. Why do you think they hate like that? Well, the reason they hate like that is because they've been deceived. They've been lied to. They've been lied to, and this is the response of that lie that brought on that hate. There's a big lie that they've listened to. What did the lie say? The lie told them that the reason that they got problems is because of the others. They are your problem. That's why you don't have what you want to have. You got to stand up, defend yours. What a lie. If they could tell the truth, it's a very, very simple matter. Make sure that each side, all of us know that those things that are very important to us, that those things that are essential for us to survive and to have a measure of life will be guaranteed by what we as a people are going to do one for the other. Not just you and just you, those of you who are fighting, but yes, you involved as well. But the rest of us, we come together with our common aim is to make sure that we eradicate that which causes the problems that keeps us at odds with one another. Why? Because we want to do it. Why do we want to do it? Because we don't want this conflict. Why? Because it tears down what we really want. What do we really want? We want peace. We want prosperity. We want freedom, and we want joy. And we want our dreams to come true. And we know that the only way we can do that is all of us that participate, all of us who would benefit from it, participate in the process of it. And what comes back belongs to all of us who participated in it. And what we own, we don't have to buy. We don't need money. We access as we need, want, or desire it. That is plain as simple as day. And everybody, there's not a one amongst you can argue against that, unless those of you who say that you're supposed to be God and God's superior ones, and you're supposed to use the rest of us. No, my friends, that stuff doesn't go. My duty is to tell you exactly what I've told you. In Portland, that problem that's going on in Portland, that's going on in every state within the United States, in every city, in every town, it requires change. The kind of change that's destiny is to achieve just what I just mentioned just then. And it can only be backed, ladies and gentlemen, not by the politicians, by you. Politicians can do all kinds of crazy things. But when you say, and you mean it, it's going to happen. So I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to politicians. These game plans, you know. Anyway, like I said, we don't know the story. We don't know each person's personal story. But we all got our story. And some of us, we can bite it 400 years. Black people have bitten the bullet. Just 400 years, 401, or since the beginning of time almost. Just biting the bullet, just biting the bullet. Expecting something to happen. And every kind of lie coming from every direction. And the simple solution is to love one another as you would be loved. And what do you mean by would be loved? As you would want. When you get on your knees and pray, you don't pray that I do something for you. You don't pray that Harry and Sue and John do something. You pray that God does something for you. That's what you pray for. Lord God Almighty, this is my problem. I need your help. I need your help, God. And what does God expect? God expects that somewhere else on some other knees, there's a God-inspired individual, a person, or something that will rise to the occasion for some strange reason and do what's being done. But that is not the practice. That's not the purpose. That's not the method. This is in an emergency. This is a necessity type thing. But the plan, my friends, is to have the system established so that nobody will be on their knees praying, talking about, God, I need this. God, I want this. Because the God in the rest of us would have taken care of the godly business. You know what I'm saying? Boy, it so sounds good. I want to thank you so very much for listening to me, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Mark, a spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, saying until next time, goodbye.